Mr. President, all is in readiness for the 2020 Marian University Commencement Program to begin.
Welcome to the 83rd commencement of Marian University. I'm Denise Fieser, a proud Marian alumna and chairman of the Board of Trustees of Marian University. Joining us remotely to lead us in prayer is Archbishop Charles C. Thompson from the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Indianapolis. I ask the stage party to please remain standing and remove your hats.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let us pray. Good and gracious God, on this commencement day, unlike any previously, fill our hearts with love, joy, and hope. Although we are physically unable to be together today, we have faith that through your mystery and grace, we are united to one another and you. Today is the culmination of years of work, years filled with challenges and triumphs, losses and laughter, friendships and growth. We thank you, Lord, for getting these graduates safely to this day. We thank you for the gift of family, friends, professors, benefactors who have supported these graduates of yours and celebrate with them now. Dear God, bless each of them and fill them with the spirit of your love. We pray that they will imitate Jesus and find true happiness by giving of themselves always and everywhere for the good of their brothers and sisters, especially those most in need. And may they, through their ongoing growth in wisdom and grace, bring others to you as they share their talents in the wider world. Through the intercession of Saints Francis and Clare, we ask you, Lord, to protect and guide these women and men throughout their lives. We ask this in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord, who unites us with one another and with you forever and ever. Amen. Go Knights.
Please remain standing for our national anthem.
This is certainly a bittersweet day. When our graduates started at Marian University, and even when they began their final semester in January, none of us could have imagined that this is the way we would be celebrating commencement. Yet here we are. It's a very real reminder that our lives and our world can change in a minute. We've learned a lot about ourselves over the past 3 months. We've learned about ourselves as individuals, as a community, and we've learned much about Marian University as an institution. As I reflect on this past semester, I'm proud of the way that our university has responded. I'm proud of our faculty, many of whom had never taught a course online, but stepped up with very little advance notice to ensure that Marian University maintained a high level of academic excellence and that our seniors would be able to graduate on time and celebrate this commencement today. I'm especially proud of our students who faced the extraordinary challenge of learning all their subjects completely online and who met those challenges exceedingly well. At Marian University, one of our guarantees is that we will prepare our students not just for a career, but for life. How you respond in times of crisis is a true test of your character. Given the way they've responded to this crisis, I know our students are well prepared to begin their careers and their lives beyond Marian. I'm pleased that one of those students, Bryson Tretter, is able to join us to say a few words today. Bryson is graduating today with Bachelor's of Science degrees in both biology and chemistry. He was able to accomplish that while competing for Marian in track and field and cross country, and while serving as a presidential ambassador. Bryson was nominated by faculty and staff to represent the class of 2020 today. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Bryson Tretter.
Thank you, Dr. Silva, for those wonderful words. And thank you, President Elsner, for letting us all be here today. A lot of people think of me as a science guy, and I guess they're kind of right. But I'm not quite sure what has really happened these last few months. What I do know is that we are fighting a battle. We are fighting a physical battle against the disease, an emotional battle while quarantining, and nonetheless a spiritual battle. We are being tested. Now what's being tested? Our faith. Our faith in staying connected with our classmates, teammates, and community members. Now this takes me back to part of a poem I wrote for my grandmother's eulogy my sophomore summer while at this university. A test of faith with the last touch of the loved ones that we have lost. Thank goodness she was able to teach me how to speak in front of people, in person or of course virtually. And I get to share with you one of my favorite quotes from her life that she might have stolen from the Bible. This too shall pass. Class of 2020, we are being called to be transformational leaders in these transformational times. Graduates, today is your day. Congratulations. We are about to enter into a lifetime community as alumni of Marian University. This is a distinct honor that defines us and differentiates us from any other university across the entire nation. The values that we have learned and are charged with upholding in our daily lives are simple to remember and always present as we live them out. Now, it doesn't take a keen eye to spot all four of these values written across campus. Typically on a daily tour, we run into them at least 7 times. For those watching today, these are what these graduates' time here at Marian have been built upon. Reconciliation, the ability to admit the mistakes that we make and the humility to make them right. What a concept. A second to hear and a lifetime to master. Further yet, we must internally reconcile with ourselves. We all will undoubtedly go through moments of uncertainty in our lives. The key word here being moments. It is imperative that we remember that there is a plan. We must reconcile to ourselves these hardships and the trials that our lives throw at us. Peace and justice. Life is about making choices. There's no way around it. Wherever you are there because of the choices that you make. And no matter what, because of this great institution, you will amount to something. This diploma from Marian University is your ticket to spread your time, talent, and treasure throughout the entire world. Personal excellence is a choice. We have all now graduated from Marian, and we are called to be leaders. So now we go out to give justly of our time, talent, and treasure, because life is simple this way. And with simplicity, we discover the peace that comes with this justice. There is never a right time to do the wrong thing, and there is never a wrong time to do the right thing. Dignity of the individual, knowing one's worth. You are not labeled by prescriptions. You are not labeled by how many friends you have or by where you live. One of my favorite quotes from any movie is "Remember who you are," The Lion King. We must constantly remember who we are, who we live for, and why we are here. For God, for each other, for our families, and for ourselves. Lots of little decisions will help us shape our big decisions in life. Love yourself. Think about you, no matter what your struggle is, and fall in love with the life that you have been given. Just as you are more than a number at Marian, your life is bigger than a label. Finally, responsible stewardship, commitment to one's earth and one's neighbor. Vision of potential in the world that we live in and the beauty that we get to live it with. Just think about and look around the beauty that we have here at Marian University, at our home. Look how we have taken care of it and how it has blossomed into what it is today. Now, I know many of you have a building or a spot on campus that comes to your minds right away, but I am referring to its people. Campus operations staff that works tirelessly and never fails to give a friendly wave, or in my lucky case, a good morning, from Miss Jody, one of the Doyle Hall staff members. This became my new normal every single day, every morning for a year, before walking over to Sister Monica's 8 a.m. calculus class. When asked what a responsible stewardship meant to her, she stated, doing what's expected, but being good to everyone while doing it. For her, it is almost acting as a substitute parent in a sense of making students feel at home by sometimes initiating that conversation. Finishing up with these values, I would like to share a personal favorite quote from my coach, Mike Holman, when he told his track team, "Show me your friends, and I will show you your future." Every one of us has our own strengths that we bring to the table. And I think that we're all pretty lucky with the group that we got here today. I would introduce you all to anyone in the future in the fact that we are all Marian Knights. Heck, I'd even take you home to family dinner, to my mother, who has given up everything for me to be here today. Don't worry, Mom. But above all things, these 4 years have taught me to learn hope, the most important lesson of all. We are called to bring hope to a world that desperately needs it as we look to the future. This is our time for unification. This is our time to let go of the fear to define ourselves, as this fear, this too, shall pass. The moments that define you have already happened. Now it is what you do with them that will make all the difference. This isn't the end, my friends. This is just the beginning. I will close today with a quote by Samuel Beckett. Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again. Fail again. But fail better. We must learn from our mistakes and try again. Class of 2020, the world, this life is yours. Do not wait for it to come to you. You go and get it. You sing your own praises and you define who you are and what you can be. You are all knights, so that makes you great. And you are all made in God's image, and that makes you perfect. Go Knights. It is now my pleasure to introduce a man who truly needs no introduction. You've had lunch with him in the dining commons. You've worked out with him in the fitness center. And you've cheered as he led our football team out onto the field. He's the big man on campus, Marian University, President Daniel J. Elsner.
Bryson, thank you, and thank you for your wonderful speech. It is a great introduction of our commencement speaker, frankly. All the attributes he defined as a tremendous Marian Knight, our president, Mr. Joe Smith, our commencement speaker. I've known Joe for over 25 years. He's a friend of mine. I have been overwhelmed with the goodness, leadership, service, mentorship, and loyalty that oozes from this wonderful servant of God and fellow man. He's a consummate professional, community leader, father, grandpa, husband, and friend. Joe is a man of goodness and wisdom. And today has some unique features to our commencement speaker. One, I suppose one of the greatest honors any person can have is to give a commencement speech at their alma mater. And that is great. But I also know a lot about the history of the place. You learn that as president. And one of our honorary degree recipients today is Judith Castaldi. When she was here, she was Judith Pilley, and her father, Colonel Pilley, was the dean of students. Well, I took the time to look back on the record, and let me just say this. The dean of students, who passed away in 2008, is smiling down on this occasion, I can assure you. And he, I know, was a mentor of yours and probably gave you a few corrections along the way that helped you become the man you are. We're very privileged to have a Marian University alumnus, a deeply loyal knight, very generous to us, a board member emeritus, and he's going to share a wonderful message today about social commitment and intelligence, joy, and leadership. Let's now welcome Mr. Joseph Smith. Joe?
Thank you, Mr. President. It is indeed an honor to be here. Thank you and the Board of Trustees and the administration. What an honor. I guess I should say it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood because I actually was born in a house just 2 miles from this campus. At the time I was born, I wasn't sure I was going to come here, but once my sister completed her studies there, I was very set on coming back to do my undergraduate studies at Marian. 2020. Whenever I see that number, I can't help but to think about my ophthalmologist. It doesn't happen these days because I don't have to go see him for exams. But he would come to the room and say, "Joe, your vision's 20/20. Back then, my sight was perfect. But I want to see the importance, I want you all to see the importance of seeing 20/20, not just your vision, but from your eyes, your heart, and mind. So the next few minutes, I want to talk to you about having 20/20 vision. There are 3 things I believe we all need to see clear, to see the 20/20 sight, to envision the world as we would want to see it. The 3 things are social connectivity and social intelligence, joy, and leadership. Social connectivity and social intelligence simply is high tech versus high touch. I'm curious to know how many of you know what a full service gas station is. They would actually come to your car and say, how many gallons do you want? And I would pull in the station and say, check my oil first, and then if I have money left, I'll get about $3 worth of gas. But not only would they pump your gas, they would clean your windows, back and front, and ask you how's the air pressure in your tire, and is there anything else I can provide for you? That was high touch. Also, we would pay in cash, not Venmo, not Apple Pay, but real greenbacks. After I paid, the attendant would say, well, I'll see you next week, Joe. Today, it is quite different. You pull up to a computerized pump, it instructs you to insert your credit card, remove it rapidly. I didn't know it was remove it rapidly because they want you to move quickly out for another customer, or was it so that they could read your card? But you might be able to wipe your windows, but you would not have anyone to talk to. I suspect there's very few of us here who know who the attendant is at our gas station. Even though currently we're asking to be told social distance, I am encouraging you not to distance yourself from emotionality of friends, family, and co-workers. Be intentional about your maintaining human interaction. Have dinner with different folks. Don't be caught in the way the government's performing today, us versus them. But please, don't feed into that. If you're going to live as a Marian representative, as Marian prepared you, you must show your humanity and be a connector to people. Next, be joyful. I recently read a book by Douglas Abrams. He spent 5 days up in the Himalayas with Bishop Tutu and Dalai Lama. These two holy men came together to explain what joy meant to them. They made it expressed by how a woman might feel after going 9 months with her pregnancy and the agony of delivery, the joy that comes to her when she sees that child. I agree with that. Joy for humans should be about living. We should all experience great pressure and happiness to be joyful in our life. Today, I want each of you to take out your cell phone, turn it on, take a selfie. Hold on to that before we finish here. Today, I hope this moment is one that is joyful for you. It's a joyful experience. I hope your selfie captures that person of you being full of joy. I'm joyful today because I'm here representing our alumni in Marian University. I'm joyful when I wake and see my wife every morning, which I've done for the last 50 plus years. I'm joyful for my kids, my grandchildren, my siblings, my family, and all my dear friends. I'm overjoyed to live in a world where we treat people with equality and no longer judge them by their ethnicity, sexual orientation, accent, or religion. Do you know what else it means to me, to be Marian joyful? Knowing that although you're going to leave the university, you will continue to live the mission. I'm excited to see that you will live a life of service, helping others know the experience of joy. So class of 2020, I challenge you to seek joy in your future occupations, your chosen guidance or academic field, your relationships with friends and family, and your interactions with strangers. Please know that joy does not come to those who do not have joy. When you wake up tomorrow and every day thereafter, grab your cell phone, turn it on, see yourself as a joyful person, and decide on what you're going to do to change the world to help others be full of joy. The third and final thing I need to see clearly, I need to have 2020 vision of leadership. I define leadership as the ability to guide others without force into righteous directions or to help them to find virtues, decision leaving them feeling somewhat empowered and accomplished. Speaking of leadership, some of you might have heard or maybe knew Senator Birch Bayh. I had the pleasure of being on his staff. During his tenure in the United States Senate, Birch was my friend and extraordinary leader. To this day, people across Indiana and perhaps the nation still love and respect him. I'll never forget his quest to seek fairness and equality for all Americans. Further, he sought equality for women. He authored and passed the Title IX bill. That bill made it possible for women in athletics today and in scholarships to get equal opportunities. And our women who won national titles, just as the United States soccer team won the Gold Cup, they too understood what Title IX meant for their representation throughout their life. His incredible leadership was unmistakable. He was comfortable listening to others. He was also a man who believed in personal interaction. Today, we will recognize him as a man of high touch. His leadership style enabled him to get legislation through Congress, which developed into Title IX. My request to you is not that you necessarily be a leader, but you can take the life and opportunity by the reins. Use principles Marian taught you. Lead others. Lead to your homes. Lead in your workplaces, among your friends and family. Be a person worthy of respect and admiration. Be someone who leaves a lasting legacy that makes a positive impact on the world. In closing, 2020, class of 2020, it's not only your time to graduate, but that means your vision can be set as you look back on what you've learned at Marian. Remember to be a person of high touch, and you can also be high tech. Remember also that your social connectivity, they're asking us for social distance, but I ask you, please do not distance yourself from the emotional connectivity that you have with your friends, family, co-workers. Take time to get to know people who are different from you. And always be joyful. Joy in your heart and share your happiness with all you encounter. The last thing, never forget your call to be a leader. Stand up for what is right and show those in your life that you will be blessed if you succeed at that. Congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe Smith, for your wonderful comments and the great representation you are of a Marian University alumnus. Thank you. Now it's time to confer our honorary doctoral diplomas.
Joseph L. Smith, Sr., graduated from Marian University in 1971 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration and is a Board of Trustee Emeriti. Presently, Joe serves as a consultant for universities, entrepreneurs, and churches. However, he is a distinguished retired public servant, having served the state of Indiana in various capacities for over 40 years. His most cherished positions were on the staffs of the late U.S. Senator Birch Bayh and the late U.S. Representative Andy Jacobs, Jr. His final career stop before retirement was as the executive director of the Indianapolis Public Schools Education Foundation. Prior to his arrival at IPS, Joe was a civil servant under Governor Evan Bayh, the late Governor Frank O'Bannon, and Governor Joe Kernan. For 9 of those 15 years, he directed the respective Governor's Commission on Community Service and the AmeriCorps program, including 6 years as the chairman of the Indiana Parole Board. He served as director of Flanner House, Inc., and his service there was recognized by naming the building's Great Hall in his honor. In addition to his Bachelor of Science degree from Marian University, Joe earned a Doctorate of Jurisprudence from Indiana University, Indianapolis. Joe has been married to his wife, Brenda, for more than 50 years, and together they have 3 grown children, all of whom are professionals. The eldest is the Deputy Mayor of Indianapolis. His son is a partner at the law firm Fairey, Drinker, Biddle, and Reith, LLB, and their youngest is an administrator and emergency medicine physician in Chicago at John H. Stoger Hospital of Cook County. Joe has received community service awards from the Indianapolis Education Association, Fall Creek YMCA, and Center for Leadership Development. He also received a Career Achievement Award from the Archdiocese of Indianapolis. In his spare time, Joe loves spending time with his family and friends, traveling, and is an avid sports fan. He and Brenda have been active parishioners of St. Thomas Aquinas for more than 50 years.
To Joseph L. Smith, Sr., by virtue of the power entrusted by the Marian University Board of Trustees, the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service is conferred upon you with all rights and privileges thereof. Dr. Smith?
D. Anthony Tony Watt graduated from Marian University in 1969 with a degree in business administration. He started working as an hourly production worker while attending college and rose through the ranks to senior executive management, where he managed large manufacturing operations in Alabama, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Indiana. Tony was the acting president of Marian University for 7 months, and he headed the search committee to locate and hire a new president while implementing processes to improve the college's operations. He was a member of Marian's Board of Trustees for 27 years, chairman for 5, and chaired and co-chaired multiple committees and task forces. Tony is now trustee emeritus of the board. Tony also served the Marian College Alumni Association, where he held the offices of president, vice president, and treasurer. Tony has received multiple awards over his prestigious career, including the Jack R. Snyder Leadership Award, now called the Snyder Watt Award, along with the Seeking the Face of Christ Award and the Community Service Award from the Archdiocese of Indianapolis. He was inducted into the Indiana Academy October 2015. Carol Jean Watt also graduated from Marian University with an Associate of Arts in 2017, making her the 4th generation to graduate from either Marian College or Marian University. Throughout her career, she worked as an administrative assistant, Title IX tutor, and substitute teacher. Carol also volunteered at Holy Spirit School and Parish, co-chaired the organizing and operational committee of the High School Catholic Youth Organization, and recorded books for the blind. She has been an active, enthusiastic volunteer with Marian University for decades, participating in planning and executing many events, large and small. The Watts have been married for 56 years and have 4 children and 8 grandchildren. They are ardent fans of Marian athletics. They follow the men's and women's basketball teams, whether at home or on the road, and have attended every football playoff game since the program's inception. They have been very generous with their time, talent, and treasure, especially to Marian and to the Archdiocese of Indianapolis.
To D. Anthony Watt and Carol Kunkel Watt, by virtue of the power entrusted by the Marian University Board of Trustees, the honorary degree of Doctor of Liberal Arts is conferred on you with all rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations, Carol and Tony Watt.
Judith and David Castaldi. Throughout her career, Judith Castaldi taught junior high and high school in Indianapolis, Chicago, and Boston. She earned a bachelor's degree from Marian University and 2 master's degrees, one in speech from Northwestern University and one in scripture studies from Fuller Theological Seminary. In addition to teaching, Judy was active in amateur and professional theater for many years. Judy's father, the late Colonel Roy Pilley, served as Dean of Students at Marian University. After graduating from University of Notre Dame in 1962 and serving in the United States Army as an officer, David Castaldi earned a master's degree from Harvard University in 1966. He spent his career in the healthcare industry, first at Baxter International, rising to Executive Vice President of the Artificial Organs Division, and later becoming President of Highland Therapeutics, a worldwide division that manufactured pharmaceuticals from human blood plasma. David then moved to Boston, Massachusetts to start a company that he took public after it developed a life-saving product for severely burned patients and a cartilage repair product. He also started another biotechnology and a medical device company in the Boston area. David served on a number of boards of directors of public and private companies and nonprofit organizations. Married in 1966, Judith and David Castaldi have combined business and teaching careers, along with raising a family and being active volunteers in the Catholic parishes and archdiocese where they have lived. They have 2 daughters, Valerie and Maria, and 1 granddaughter, Ferrari.
To David and Judith Castaldi, by virtue of the power entrusted by the Marian University Board of Trustees, the honorary degree of Doctor of Liberal Arts is conferred on you with all rights and privileges thereof. Congratulations, Judith and David. And now is the moment in this glorious ceremony that you have all been waiting for. It's time to formally recognize our graduates. The graduates in this year's class, whose names are about to be read, are a diverse group of individuals. But they have all at least one thing in common. They have earned the right and honor to possess a degree from Marian University. Many have come directly from high school throughout the state and nation and even the world. Several have transferred from other colleges and universities. You got here as fast as you could. You finally saw the light. Some have worked diligently to earn this degree while managing careers and changing babies and raising teenagers and everything in between, taking care of mothers, fathers, grandpas. All of you have the right to be proud of this significant accomplishment in life. The essence of this morning's ceremonies is to celebrate the combined outstanding work of Marian's wonderful faculty, staff, administration, working with these wonderful students, and this is a very talented group of Orr Fellows, Fulbright Scholars, future medical students, law students, great teachers, healers, ministers, all. But it is a celebration of the great teaching and the mentorship and coaches and advisors that helped you pursue this degree. Marian University's great legacy in educating and forming transformational leaders through the curriculum and programs we offer, in the final analysis, is only possible because of the dedication of our faculty and staff. The knowledge, love, skill, passion, dedication, which you've all experienced this semester quite profoundly as they worked to teach online in new and innovative ways, is the key to all of our success. In light of their insuperable contributions to your wonderful progress and accomplishments today, I'd ask you to join me in a round of applause wherever you're at. Let your neighbors and all the homes around you, let them know how much you love our faculty and staff here at Marian University. Also, at this point in the commencement ceremony, if we were all together, I'd have everybody stop, look up in the stands of thousands of people onlooking, seeing this commencement and your accomplishments. I'd have our students look up in the stands and find a loved one, a parent, parents, grandparents, friends, think and give a prayer of thanks to former teachers and mentors and coaches and pastors for all they've done to help them be successful. This year, you're at home with your loved ones as you receive this digital acknowledgement of your degree. Make sure you give them expression of hug and warmth and friendship, and maybe later on a text or a phone call. Tell them how much you appreciate their support and how much they did to help you graduate and invested in you to this wonderful university, Marian University. The graduates will be introduced by Dr. Kyle Kellum, Assistant Professor of Communication, and Dr. Anna Zimmerman, Assistant Professor of Communication. Dr. Silva, will you please join me at the podium to introduce and recognize our graduates?
President Elsner, the candidates whose names appear on the printed program are eligible to receive the Marian University associate and bachelor degrees based on certification of the registrar that all degree requirements have been met. The diploma reads as follows: Be it known to all to whom these presents shall come that the Board of Trustees of Marian University, on the recommendation of the faculty, has conferred upon the candidate the earned degree with all rights, privileges, and honors everywhere pertaining to that degree, given at Indianapolis, Indiana, this second day of May 2020, and signed by Denise Fieser, Chairperson of the Board of Trustees, by Daniel J. Elsner, President, and by Dr. Alan J. Silva, Executive Vice President and Provost. President Elsner, I am now pleased to present the candidates in order that you may confer upon them their degrees.
Therefore, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the approval of the Board of Trustees, Marian University now will confer upon each of these members of the class of 2020 the degree as specified.
The listing of degree candidates in the program includes those who graduated in August 2019, December 2019, May 2020, and August 2020. They will all receive recognition and congratulations from you today. The candidates in bachelor degree programs who have earned at least 60 credit hours of graded coursework at Marian University and who have achieved a final grade point average of 3.5 or above are awarded honors as follows: cum laude, or honors, grade point average of 3.5. Magna cum laude, or high honors, grade point average of 3.7. Summa cum laude, or highest honors, grade point average of 3.8. In the program, candidates were recognized for honors based on their April 1, 2020 academic status. Graduates for associate and bachelor's degrees will be presented by school and college today. We will now begin the presentation of the candidates.
College of Arts and Sciences, Bachelor of Arts, Biology, Bula Parr. Catholic Studies, Andrew Richard Alig. Keith C. Hart, cum laude. Liam James Hosty. Ryan J. Kehoe. David Eduardo Martinez. Troy Philip Niemerg, summa cum laude. Benjamin T. Popson, magna cum laude. Nicholas Don Ravelli, cum laude. Gregory C. Romer, summa cum laude, second major, Spanish. Nicholas Joseph Sellers, summa cum laude. Maximilian Joseph Travis. Tyler E. Underhill, magna cum laude. Chemistry, Henry Christopher Fisher. Caitlin Rose Ward. Communication, Alyssa Kate Chartrand, summa cum laude. Allison Herring. Brianna C. Jones. Theodore Jorgensen. Marisa Eileen Kelly, summa cum laude. Blair Christine Kramer, summa cum laude. Casey J. Monahan. Bailey Bridget O'Brien. Salem Jade Paget. Caroline D. Staggs. Andrea C. Stanley, summa cum laude. Luke Alexander Thomas. Jonathan K. Vance. Lucas Wallace. Matthew Adam Wilgus. English, Zachary Scott Cleary. Nicholas Earl Keppel. Sarah Elizabeth Meir, summa cum laude, honors program, second major, Spanish. Katie Ray Moore, second major, secondary education. Elizabeth Catherine Sexton Messer. Graphic design, Dante N. Harden. Javier D. Laquette. Caitlin Taylor O'Grady. Maya Jacqueline Quant, cum laude. Health and Human Services, Jennifer L. Manfred, summa cum laude. History, Thomas Benjamin Bullock. Vincent Michael Johnson Horan. Nicholas W. Rosenow. Instrumental music, Joshua J. McNulty, cum laude. Instrumental music education, Paul Edward Covington, magna cum laude, second major, education. Joni Ann Crawford, summa cum laude. Samuel A. Merkling. Liberal arts, Jennifer Ann Fleming. Mathematics, Julia M. French. Maria A. Portman, cum laude, second major, secondary education. Pastoral leadership, Kyle J. Stein, cum laude. Sarah Rachel Wood, cum laude, second major, Spanish. Claire E. Zink, summa cum laude. Maureen Elizabeth Zopf, cum laude. Philosophy, Bradley J. Galehausen. Samuel Michael Roscoe, summa cum laude. Michael Lewis Schultz, summa cum laude. Political science, Dane Ferguson. Ian Gammon, summa cum laude. Emma Nicole Harpring, summa cum laude. Sean Allen Kinnaman. Allison Jane Lackey, cum laude. Alexandria Belinda Sammons, summa cum laude. Kayla D. Trombaugh. Psychology, Jahari Davis. Maura Ann Domogalik, magna cum laude. Alexis J. Hicks. Samantha Elizabeth Katra. Zachary James Kelly. Lillian G. Poe. Megan Victoria Pope, magna cum laude. Maggie Nanette Previs. Montavia K. Rowley. Erin Colleen Shearer. Public Health, Teresia Ann Barnett, magna cum laude. Religious Education, Madeline Faith Hardig. Sociology, Kayla E. Bledsoe, cum laude, second major, Spanish. Jordan M. Broyles. Abisak Biaktal Chin. Abigail K. Freilich. Joey Lawrence Messer II. Gennaro A. Penn Jr. Delfina Sanchez Pernisola. Spanish, Meredith R. Apple. Luke Frayne, summa cum laude. Maria Pisano. Miranda Ray Ruse, cum laude. Tu Miat Ta, summa cum laude. Studio art, Allegra Rain Colgrove. Theology, Stephen Conry, summa cum laude. Joseph Peter Swindeman, cum laude, second major, dual degree engineering. Vocal music education, Jillian Lee Cox, summa cum laude, second major, elementary education. Bachelor of Health and Human Services, Health and Human Services, Sierra Bond, Jacqueline D. Foy, Kimberly Dawn Kidd, Erica L. Merriweather, Carly J. Tarter, Alicia A. Taylor, Heather D. Ullman, Deshae Onise Wims, Mary Kathleen Wolfe, Leslie Ann Young, highest honors. Bachelor of Science, Biology, Kaylin May Boyd, Abigail C. Burnett, summa cum laude. Emma May Carlton, Joseph John Danzel, Trev Michael Didelot, summa cum laude. Monica M. Dudley, summa cum laude. Lauren Espeak, Brittany Marie Faringer, magna cum laude. Sydney Faith Gherkin, summa cum laude. Olivia Jeanne Hoffman, cum laude. Nicole Elizabeth Jansen, magna cum laude. Nicole Anna Lysek, summa cum laude. Louisa Lutman, Sydney Victoria Matthias, magna cum laude. Leah Grace Noe, summa cum laude. Kyle Arthur Palermo, magna cum laude. Sophie Christina Podgorski, Julia Christine Robson, summa cum laude. Adam James Shooter, magna cum laude. Annalie Sisk, Tu Miat Ta, summa cum laude. Allie Timmerman, summa cum laude. Adam Michael Travis, Jonathan E. Waldron, Anthony Nicholas Wilson, cum laude. Whitney Abigail Zerker. Chemistry, Alexandra K. Griebling, cum laude, second major, dual degree engineering. Jenna Renee Headland, summa cum laude. Mason Antonio Maccabee, cum laude. Matthew Thomas Morand, magna cum laude, honors program. Shannon Patrick Taylor, honors program, second major, biology. Bryson Gregory Treader, second major, biology. Clinical laboratory science, Claire Elizabeth Bossert. Mathematics, Sierra K. Connie, cum laude. Ian Nathaniel Dieters, honors program. Samantha Astrid Miller, cum laude, second major, dual degree engineering. Angel Ignacio Soto Lozado, second major, dual degree engineering. Psychology, Catherine Katya Barnes, cum laude. Gregory Earl Clark Jr., Tamia Mills, Abigail K. Freilich. Public Health, Allison Summer Roberts, second major, Nutrition, Fitness, and Wellness. Brandy M. Williams. Associate in Arts, Liberal Arts, Cynthia Lane Brandstrader. Sharon Denise Collins. Samantha Jo Eckel. Sonia Lynn Holfacker. Bianca Monica Nugent. Hannah Lynn Stone. Vanessa K. Thompson. Michelle Diane Williams. Associate in Science, Paralegal Studies, Julie Ann Brumbarger. Renee Lynn Edwards. Casey Lynn Williams.
Klipsch Educators College, Bachelor of Arts, Applied Educational Studies, Samantha Nicole Boylan. Paige Brianne Fluke, Leela Ann Gallagher, Thomas J. Guilfoy, Joseph Dugan Hegarty, Nicole Renee Rorick. Elementary education, Gabrielle Soledad Brosius, cum laude, Amanda Rose DeSico, Peyton Michelle Egan, Abigail Marie English, summa cum laude, Olivia M. Gillum, Logan Lynn Gruel, Caitlin Nicole Hellinger, summa cum laude, Kaylee Marie Maddox, summa cum laude, Hannah Ruth McDade, Regina Marie Obergfell, magna cum laude, honors program, Elizabeth Marie Parrott, Allison Noel Sinks, Elizabeth Smith, magna cum laude, second major, Spanish, Anne Marie Strevels, Michaela Bree Watroba, cum laude, Maria Helena Wellman, summa cum laude, Health and Physical Education, Tyler Kennedy Lotz, second major, Education, P through 12, Special Education, P through 12, Lindsay Ellen Culp, cum laude, Byram School of Business, Bachelor of Business Administration, Business Administration, Jennifer Marie Anderson, Yvonne C. Battle, highest honors, Fong Lily Chang, honors, Mercedes Y. Clemens, Raquel Cogazzo, Jeffrey William Fleek, Stacy Franks, Derek Neal Hicks, Zachary C. Holland, Candace Nyree Jameson, Kenya Renee Jones, Mary Beth Lee Jones, Jason M. Kesey, Fernando Luna, highest honors, Donald C. McCann, high honors, Christine Dolores Risch, honors, Ebony Sansing, Carissa Jean Smith, honors, Sarita L. Wilson, Kevin Patrick Winkle, Julie A. Wright. Bachelor of Science, Accounting, Cecilia M. Araya, Rose Oya, Sydney J. Bradford, Austin Thomas Ginther, summa cum laude, Evan Michael Hickman, Brett William Johnson, Madeline R. Curse, cum laude, second major, Finance, Miranda Ray Roos, cum laude, Matthew Lynn Schutt, Jr., second major, Finance, Hamed S. Sidibi, second major, Finance, Solomon A. Smith, China Janae Yeager, cum laude, Business Analytics, Lee Edwards Burks, Jr., Jonathan Uchechukwu Nwankwo, second major, Management, Michael David Trepanier, Finance, Bailey James Adams, second major, Accounting, Timothy Paul Feen, Addison Garrett Greenwell, Emma Nicole Harpring, summa cum laude, Martin Allen Hoffman, Turner Constantine Lesnick, summa cum laude, John Jackson Marks, Nicholas Ray Marroquin, second major, Accounting, Matthew Joseph Sanders, Nicholas Kent Witten, Elijah Ian Zorniger, second major, Management, Management, Adam Chase Bartholomew, magna cum laude, Stephanie Elizabeth Badel, Chaz Christian Beaning, cum laude, Jared Cameron Clark. Hunter Michael Cohn, cum laude. Nicholas Thomas Ellis. Luke Frayne, summa cum laude. Benjamin Eric Girton. Josephine K. Gropp. Madison Nicole Heffron, magna cum laude. Shelby Nicole Heron, cum laude. Zachary Horace. Elena C. Horan, cum laude. Chandler Jeffrey Horton. Quentin Michael Ingram. Noelle Marie Jester, cum laude, second major, Business Analytics. Kristen M. Klein. Joshua D. Cook, summa cum laude. Ian Houston McShane. Trenton Michael Moore. Daniel J. Nesbitt. Tresden Gage O'Neill. AJ Kishore Pandya. Ricardo Ramirez Saavedra. Stephen Guy Ramsey. Timothy Reed. Brett M. Romans. Luke B. Sartino, summa cum laude, second major, biology. Hugo Scala Jr., cum laude. Maria Angela G. Sunya, magna cum laude, second major, business analytics. Joseph Alexander Swan, second major, business analytics. Molly Catherine Whitlow, magna cum laude. Marketing. Meredith R. Apple. Sadie Elizabeth Baugh, cum laude. Peter W. Bach. Matthew J. Burleton. Colin J. Carson. Quinn Xavier Cecil. Michael James Conti. Mackenzie Thomas Dutra. Cameron P. Fox. Lucas Andrew Jurgel, magna cum laude. Lucas Scott Johnston. Austin Bailey Kisrow. Blair Christine Kramer, summa cum laude. Logan Paul Marsh, summa cum laude. Jake H. Mills. Rachel E. Monning, summa cum laude, honors program. Mary Margaret Mullaney, cum laude. Thomas J. O'Neill, summa cum laude. Dakota J. Partain. Jonathan Michael Scheffelbein. Drake McAllister Stahl. Rachel Lee Titzer. Associate of Business Administration. Business Administration. Hasmin E. Diaz. Francis A. Ellis. Kathy Diane McNabb. Tasha P. Rowie. Antonio D. Wilburn.
Layton School of Nursing. Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Holly Noel Abbott. Laura Acevedo. Alexa S. Adams. Rashida Renee Adamuso. Brianna E. Alexander. Taylor C. Allen. Jenny Seong Un. Allison M. Anderson, magna cum laude. Tara Lee Anderson, cum laude. Cassandra Ane, cum laude. Amy L. Baguette, magna cum laude. Elizabeth A. Balestra, cum laude, honors program. Alice Elizabeth Barnes. Brittany Elizabeth Barnes. Teresia Ann Barnett, magna cum laude. Michelle L. Barris. April C. Baxley. Erin Elaine Beal. Dana Joe Bednowitz, magna cum laude. Morgan E. Benson, cum laude. Jeffrey A. Bick, summa cum laude. Courtney E. Bickle. Sarah E. Biggerman, summa cum laude. Emily A. Billick. Amanda K. Bingaman, cum laude. Belinda A. Blay, cum laude. Keisha Branch. Sarah Michelle Brand, cum laude. Emily R. Brandano. Lucy M. Brandauer. Juliana Nicole Bronner, magna cum laude. Elena Nicole Brenman, magna cum laude. Nikki Brashears. Kristen Brewer. Emily Ann Bruckman, cum laude. Adekemisola O. Bryant. Amy S. Bryant, cum laude. Shannon Bryant. Lindsay Marie Budnick. Elizabeth Paige Birch, summa cum laude. Michelle Elizabeth Birch. Angela Yvonne Burke. Samantha Bush. Casey Bazell. Cameron J. Butler, cum laude. Kathleen Ann Byers, magna cum laude. Meredith P. Caldwell. Alicia M. Campbell. Julie Christine Capotis. Alina N. Capadora. Addison Ray Carlton, cum laude. Michael D. Carlton, magna cum laude. Sarah Carlton. Benjamin A. Carney, cum laude. Amber L. Carpio, cum laude. Anastasia Marie Cassels. Carly Grace Castagna. Rebecca A. Castile. Selena Chan Thachin. Amanpreet K. Chima. Natalie Chermel, magna cum laude. Audia Elizabeth Childers. Courtney C. Chowning. Luke Andrew Clapp. Sienna Marlene Clark. Tricia A. Clarkson. Elizabeth Cohen, magna cum laude. Daniel Dalton Cody, cum laude. Nicholas R. Colvin, magna cum laude. Carrie A. Conway, cum laude. Brooke Cook. Sarah Paulina Cooper. Darcy Cockerill. Molly C. Coria. Alexa Brooke Crawford. Demetria K. Crutcher. Paige G. Cuisson. Anna Dameron, magna cum laude. Winifred Dans. Chad Michael Darling. Alexis Taylor Doherty. Allison Davis. Madeline Davis, cum laude. Daniela M. Dawson. Adriana D. Leon. Mara DeWitt. Brianna I. Deckard, cum laude. Erica K. DeMoss. Jacob DeVore. Marie C. Didion. Savannah J. Dirks. Zoe Ann Deinhardt. Erin Kathleen Din. Jacob Ray Donovan. Sophia Elizabeth Doty. Bryce E. Dotson. Randy Lee Dreyer. Joshua Drummond. Ashley Nicole Dubin. Sarah N. Dubois. Victoria N. Dugan. Brianna E. Dunk. Kendra L. Durbin. Morgan Kennedy Durbin, cum laude. Holly Elaine Earhart. Hannah Christine Edwards. Kelsey Brooke Elliott. Molly Elmo. Neamaka Ema Cheba. Willie K. Esch. Kirsten A. Evans. Jennifer N. Ewing. Trevor A. Farnsworth, cum laude. Caitlin Rose Feldman, cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Fennell. Anna Maria Finaglio, summa cum laude. Catherine Tremaine Finch. Cheryl J. Findley. Carrie J. Fink, summa cum laude. Chelsea S. Finnegan, cum laude. Aaron R. Fisher. Angelica I. Flores, magna cum laude. Rosaline Follin, magna cum laude. Madeline Davis Folk, cum laude. Ashley E. Foster, summa cum laude. Holly Freeland. Kennel Corinne Freeman. Hannah Frymuth. Katie Ann Fries, cum laude. Christina Nicole Fry. Jamila C. Fuller, summa cum laude. James Gallagher. Courtney L. Gamberg, summa cum laude. Grace M. Garcia. Corey E. Garland. Amy Elizabeth Garricky. Brent Giannini. Hannah Noel Giumento. Austin Glander. Harmony Melissa Godsey. Lacey Rose Getty. Jessica C. Goodsman. Alexis Gore. Randa Kathleen Gore, summa cum laude. Samantha Grace. Allison E. Graziano, summa cum laude. Allison Renee Guidry, summa cum laude. Kelsey J. Gertner. Chelsea Ann Sexton Garul. Hallie Hacker, summa cum laude. Emma K. Haas, magna cum laude. Amanda B. Haley. Amy Lynn Hall. Haley N. Hamlin. Bridget Shea Hammonds. Paige Hankins. Shay Marie Hanley, cum laude. Megan Harder. Kayla Ann Harden. Sheila Elsner Hasty, cum laude. Haley Nicole Hawkins. Heather Celeste Hay. Carl Fred Hayes. Sarah Hayner, cum laude. Grant A. Henry, summa cum laude. Leslie Ann Hensley, cum laude. Amelia A. Herink, summa cum laude. Siobhan Hickerson. William B. Hillhouse. Melanie Nicole Hilton. Tiffany Hilton. Rachel M. Henlow, summa cum laude. Morgan Ray Holland, cum laude. Kendall Madeline Holmes, cum laude. Matthew Scott Hood. Sarah Elizabeth Horn. Megan Maria Horsfall. Margaret P. House. Serena Nicole Howard, summa cum laude. Grace H.Y. Jacobson Huang. Monica Nicole Hughes. Valerie Lynn Hummer. Brandon Jeffrey Hunt. James E. Huntsman. Megan E. Ignace, cum laude. Aaron Ingren. Grace Inso. Jordan H. James. Ritu J. Ant, cum laude. Lauren Abigail Johns, cum laude. Elizabeth Danielle Mosher Caulfield, cum laude. Erica Faye Carebe, cum laude. Hannah Louise Keaton. Melissa Keithley. Mary Keller. Caitlin Kelly, cum laude. Laura A. Kem, summa cum laude. Viandra T. Kimbrough. Samantha Kirby. Reagan Nicole Kirsch, magna cum laude. Christina Ann Curdila. Cora R. Langenfeld. Annie Sonia Lee. Elizabeth G. Leonard. Carissa Ann Likens. Ashley Nicole Lilly. Stephanie M. Levecki, magna cum laude. Marianne Elise Lorstorfer. Brooke Danielle Long, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Longshore, summa cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Low Piresti. Taylor R. Lord, cum laude.
Emily Williams Luger, cum laude. Deanna L. Lusk, cum laude. Songhwa Lee. Arlene Gail Lyle Haas. Callie Lynn. Ulyss Mack. Nadia Mahama. Morgan Mannion. Taylor Dawn Mannion, magna cum laude, honors program. Jesus A. Martinez Castillo. Yvonne M. Martinez Gonzalez. Sarah Jean Masterlers. Luke Benjamin Mathis. Stephanie R. Maddox. Delaney C. Maves. Anna Maxon, magna cum laude. Lauren Marie McClaskey, magna cum laude. Moira Megan McClay. Gregory D. McClelland. Ronnie McDougall, magna cum laude. Emily McGuire. Danielle McCain. Leona Nicole Mador. Emily R. Merritt. Melinda Marie Merriman. Grisha McHale, cum laude. Kirsten Alexis Miller, cum laude. Natalie Miller Binkley. Robin D. Miller, magna cum laude. Anastasia Madreyevsky, cum laude. Jessica Moen, cum laude. Justin Montanez, magna cum laude. Diane Montiel. Hannah Christina Murill. Michael A. Morris, cum laude. Tyler Morton, summa cum laude. Anastasia Rose Mullinex. Nathan M. Muller. Julia M. Murphy. Catherine Grace Murphy. Taylor McKay Nauert. Danielle Renee Newkirk, cum laude. Lauren Ashley Newman. Alyssa Beth Niblick. Stacy M. Nichols, cum laude. Kaylee K. O'Farrell. Kevin Miguel O'Hara, cum laude. Maria Rosa Oliveria. Dustin L. Oliver. Euphoma Peace Otabele. Lauren Pardue. Parth J. Parek. Robert F. Parker, magna cum laude. Mansi Manish Kumar Patel, cum laude. Nirali Patel. Jessica Marie P., cum laude. Aaron Michael Peacher. Robert Perdue. Megan M. Pereira, summa cum laude. Chelsea Marie Peters. Brittany M. Phipps, magna cum laude. Jennifer L. Pippin. Natalie Pitt. Samara Ray Pittman, summa cum laude. Brittany Plaisted, summa cum laude. Miranda L. Plord. Alexander R. Parambo. Amanda Jessica Post. Grace Alexandra Price. Philip Ronald Powell. Mark Andrew Powers. Vienna Prato. Sarah E. Prim. Ashley Pruitt. Kendra E. Purvis, cum laude. Maria Ann Rains, cum laude. Travis D. Rasmussen. Taylor Rednor, magna cum laude. Jessica Bailey Reese. Bailey Alexis Rem. Glory D. Reed. Christina Rail. Jordan Asante Reynolds. Kayla Tenise Reynolds. Kaylee Roderick. Justin Richmond. Tyler E. Ridlin. Cody Randolph Riley. Mallory Page Rittman, magna cum laude. Andrew S. Robertson. Stephen Thomas Roberts. Brianna B. Robinson. Kellen A. Rodas Morgan. Jennifer L. Roel, summa cum laude. Angela Jane Rogers. Pauline Roman. Jocelyn L. Romero. Stephanie A. Ross. Paul Roy. Lauren P. Ruth. Laura Beth Ryba. Megan K. Sachs. Kara Elizabeth Sandy. Nicoletta Marie Saville. Magdalena M. Scheib. Olivia R. Schmeltz, cum laude. Cassandra Leanne Schumann. Shranmi Kelly Sagahan. Katie Marie Settles, cum laude. Brianna K. Sewell. Imari Taylor Shalibo. Brittany Rose Sharp, cum laude. Brett Michael Sherman, magna cum laude. Carson Chandler Schultz. Kristen T. Simpson, cum laude. Laura Skinner. Brianna L. Smith. Elizabeth M. Smith, summa cum laude. Joelle Smith. Jordan Renee Smith. Tracy A. Smith, magna cum laude. Brittany Elise Snelling. Kirsten Marie Southern. Emily A. Spina. Jessica Sprong, magna cum laude. Deanna Lynn Squires. Karen E. Stafford, cum laude. Ann Standish. Demetria D. Starks. Christopher David Stasic. Julie Ann Stelzer Watt, summa cum laude. Madeline Alberta Stevens. Margaret Marie Stevens, cum laude. Jordan Sturr, summa cum laude. Michaela A. Steeb. Taylor N. Stenson. Taylor Ann Storm. Alexandria Stowe. Taylor Nicole Streens. Catlin Maddox Strickland. Christine A. Such. Brandy Panter Sutton, cum laude. Erica W. Swanfelt Stout. Jocelyn Shea Sweeney, cum laude. Mary Tarbox. Caitlin Tarver. Lauren Amanda Tenaglia. Kelly B. Thibodeau, summa cum laude. Luke Thomas. Medi Bubba Lou Thomas, cum laude. Yapa Thomas, cum laude. Sarah Marie Tippenauer, magna cum laude. Joseph R. Titus. Jessica Lynn Todd, cum laude. Hannah Caitlin Trout. Mary Catherine Tucci. Melanie Tucker. Isabel A. Tuminello, cum laude. Ashley M. Turner, cum laude. Elizabeth Turner, cum laude. George G. Turpin, cum laude. Jordan Unversaw, cum laude. Abigail Vanderheiden. Hannah Magdalene Vandermel, summa cum laude. Margaret M. Verheily. Macy Elizabeth Vincent, magna cum laude. Jennifer J. Von Dalen. Ashton M. Wadelick. Haley Smith Waldron, cum laude. Leah D. Walker. Shania Lachey Washington, cum laude. Catherine Elizabeth Webb, Rachel S. Weber, Dion Louise Weems, cum laude, Kaylin Lee Weisberger, magna cum laude, Lindsay Welch, summa cum laude, Ashley Wellink, Melanie Westling, Benjamin M. Wheeler, Kelsey J. Whitney, Luke A. Wildauer, cum laude, Stacy Will, magna cum laude, Ashley Nicole Willingham, summa cum laude, William T. Windsor, Stacy Janelle Winfield, cum laude, Elizabeth Megan Wynn, Allison Winslow, Stephanie Margaret Winternheimer, Emma Meredith Wood, Amanda Nellie Jane Wright, Danielle M. Juarez, cum laude, Wilbur Yabua, Broderick J. Yeckel, Juniko Nakahara Yonemoto, Briley Young, Grace A. Young, Jamie V. Ziebel. Bachelor of Science, Exercise Science, Musa Roger Conde, Sarah Janine Corbin, Adam David Eads, magna cum laude, Cody William Earl, Raven Simone Gibson, Nicole Glowati, Johanna Gabriella Guntert, Megan Christine Hawley, Eric Roberta Herrera, Katie Lynn Hewitt, magna cum laude, Peyton Todd Lewis Kimes, Catherine A. Prendergast, Justin Michael Richmond, Charles O. Salary, Connor T. Smith, second major, finance, Destiny Faith Sunberg, summa cum laude, Cameron J. Taylor, Peyton K. Terrell, Brian M. Wheeler, Briley Lee Williams, Jamie L. Windholtz, summa cum laude, Nutrition, Fitness, and Wellness, Roberto Carlos Martinez, Physiology of Exercise, Conrad Joseph Daniel, magna cum laude, Deanna Michelle Maserani, cum laude, Sport Performance, Rashawn Lamont Brent, Evan Christopher Higgs, Keegan Long, Lauren A. Murray, Shane M. Peisker, Nikai Zakalo Poiser, Alexis Perry Smith.
Graduates, you have now joined the ranks of the Marian University alumni. Through the education and formation you received here by the excellent professors, staff, the selfless service of the Franciscan University community here at Marian. And I now congratulate you and look to partnering with you in the future to continue to build this great Catholic university in this great American city. Been quite an interesting year for us all. And as I reflected on the closing comments of this year's ceremony, I'm recalled to a time many years ago as an educator. Like good educators do, I befriended a favorite maintenance man, a janitor in our school. His name was Jake. I think he finished his academic career in about the 9th grade, if I recall. Jake told me one day, he said, "You know, Mr. Elster, this would be a hell of a school if we just didn't have all these students around making a mess." Sometimes they wear things out and sometimes even break things. They really mess the place up. I said, Jake, without the students, we wouldn't have a school. He said, I know, Mr. Elsner, you know, in life, two things can be true at once. And I never forgot what Jake told me. Two things can be true at once. So in this tumultuous semester, when I missed you so, we missed the faculty, our exchanges, the staff, we missed community, and we mourn it. We have pain, anguish, frustration, fear sometimes, till we catch ourselves. It's been a bitter disappointment. That is true. We have to mourn that loss. We have to feel that pain. We have to acknowledge it. We don't have to live there, because what else is true? We've learned the deep and unabiding value of a child, grandchild in my case, coming up and grabbing my leg and hugging me and say, it's so good to see you, Grandpa. You've had those experiences in your family where you'll never take the smile of an aunt or an uncle, a grandparent, a cousin, a friend for granted, because we miss them. We only have digital images now. You will never complain, I don't think, again soon as you go on to graduate school and law school and teach and bedside and healing and all the wonderful things you'll do in the world as leaders. It'll be hard to complain about going to class ever again, or getting up in the morning and going to work and seeing people and working with them and being part of a community. It is true that while we've had this pain, we've also become more aware than ever what we value. What you learn to value here in the formation and education in becoming a transformational leader. That it's in trust and ethics and relationships that we grow. It's in staying healthy, been a big topic, physically, emotionally, spiritually, more prayerfully, reflectfully healthy people, balanced people. The thought of just driving hard to make more appointments and make more social contacts and make a better living. Out of balance sometimes in our busy lives, we've had time at home, a more balanced, healthy approach, more reading, more reflecting, more time with our closest friends and loved ones. It's been a time where we've learned to be more and more inquisitive and intellectually challenged and thoughtful about what do you do in a time like this? Personally, in your profession as an educator, can you imagine all the Marian alums teaching children in this new environment we've had to fight through, and your professors, and you as students to adapt, to grow, to continue to learn. Challenges were there. An inquisitive leader looks for new and better ways, no matter what the environment brings them. And think of all the skills we've all developed, refined, and honed. Thank God, Dr. Silva and our deans and faculty have worked hard over the years to develop online courses and that capacity to teach outside a classroom. But we've become even better during this process, and we've worked harder, all of us, you too as students. So yes, it is true, Jake, my favorite janitor and maintenance man. Two things can be true about a situation, and we'll look back at this at our alumni gatherings, and truly we hope this year to come together in the fall and different times throughout the year and have an in-person remembrance and celebration of all you've accomplished and all you've contributed to the Marian community. But in this next year and in years to come, 5, 10, 25, and 30, can't you hear the conversation? And I hope I'm around even when it's 35 years out to talk about remember the spring of 2020. To use Charles Dickens' famous phrase, it was the best of times and worst of times. We learned a lot about what we value, about the value of learning in a community. And we've learned a lot about pain and loss and suffering. And through it all, those two truths, we've become true Marian Knights, transformational leaders for service to the world. I congratulate you. I congratulate your parents who have supported you so much along the way. so many coaches and professors and teachers, loved ones, ministers, pastors, done so much for you to help you get this place. We thank God for them. You know, in talking about two things are true and dealing with adversity and finding the good in the world, we always look back to our foundresses, the Sisters of St. Francis of Oldenburg. They've taught us all these years, and your years here at Marian, to prayerfully reflect every day. And frankly, I find myself doing it throughout the day, often, on the dignity of each human person, on responsible stewardship, how to use the gift of time. Haven't we become more aware of that? On promoting peace and justice in all we do and how we care for people. Think of our nurses and medical students and all the people and the teachers. How do we attain peace and justice in these troublous times? And reconciliation. Through the years, they moved the college from Oldenburg, Indiana to here during the Depression. I suppose those were the best of times and worst of times, as Dickens taught us. I'm sure during the war, many graduates probably didn't even stay around for commencement. They had to serve in various ways in high schools and colleges all over the nation. So there's been other difficult times. But through that time, those values, the faith of the sisters, in our Creator and the larger purpose of life has always carried us through to have the courage to venture. So off you go on your venture of leadership and service to the world. But before we do, Sister Krista Franzer, the congregational minister of the Sisters of St. Francis of Oldenburg, is going to lead us in prayer in our final blessing. God bless you. I look forward to interacting and building this great Catholic university with you as alumni. And forever, in all places and all times, be a knight.
Loving God, we conclude this virtual commencement ceremony with much gratitude for our graduates of this year of 2020. While the threat of impending illness prevents us from coming together in person, it does nothing to lessen our celebration of their many gifts. We thank you for the learning and the skills they have mastered, but most of all, for their further development as persons, with a commitment to continue living the Franciscan values of dignity of the individual, peace and justice, reconciliation, and responsible stewardship. We ask special blessings this day on all that their future holds. We pray in thanksgiving as well for faculty and staff, for parents, family, benefactors, and friends, all those who have made these educational opportunities possible. This we pray with grateful hearts today. Amen. At this time, representatives of the Sisters of St. Francis, join me in blessing all the graduates with the blessing of St. Clare, asking God to give you peace and to pour abundant graces upon you as you go forth.
Hail